Jeb. All right. I don't know if we have a thing to coast in on. I'll just say welcome everyone to GameBusters. I know we've had a few weird couple of weeks. If anyone's over in the U.S., things have been on fire a little bit, but the fire is smaller now.
Congrats, guys! Is it livable? Is it livable fire?
No. Now, what it feels like is that like I've been living in a building that's been actively on fire for 4 years, and I finally have made it out, and the building's not on fire anymore, but it is so damaged and decaying. I wouldn't want anyone to live there still, but like at least it's not on fire anymore, huh?
I mean, I don't know. I've been following American politics for a while. Isn't there always a little bit of a fire going on?
We have actually been on fire since I think 1860 when the Civil War started.
I mean, you got to be used to it by this point.
Oh yeah, I've sort of adapted, and I mean, like, I don't know, I think this is just like our natural state. Like anything else, like a time of peacefulness and prosperity would be a lie, I think.
But I mean, you got to look on the bright side. You guys. It seems a bit better now. I mean, we weren't going to record this episode at all this week. And then for completely apolitical reasons, you conveniently felt like recording. Due to no news whatsoever. You know, we're very apolitical podcast here.
I was really excited because I did get to watch the president talk yesterday, and I didn't cry during it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
and that's a win. We've got to celebrate that.
I have a fun sort of a fun joke. Everyone's saying it's a funny one. They say, Joe Biden walks into a bar, but he trips because it has been set so low.
Oh god! All right, I've got another one. This one's terrible.
All right.
Why can't Trump go back into the White House?
Why?
Because it's for Biden. I feel like that works better when it's typed.
Yeah. No, I got it though. Hey. I saw a lot of good Among Us stuff with like Orange was ejected, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, my like sister. My sister's only 12 and British, so I don't know why she's following it. But she texts me saying in all caps, Orange was faking tasks. He was ejected. Like, thanks, sis. So that made my day. Yeah. That's how I found out the news as well.
Incredible. Yeah. So. Let's get into it. So yeah, this is GameBusters. Again, typically it is a podcast where we like hone in on a game and kind of talk about it and how cool it is, or maybe how we hate it. Or like, I don't think we've done any that we really hate. I think we've done some that have sort of trapped us against our will.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back, and yeah. I think we've got like a love-hate relationship with some of them. Fallout 4 being a big one. Like I've talked a lot of smack about that on this podcast, but I've played it so much. So
yeah, and like I think Pokemon Sword and Shield is another one. Yeah, that's sort of like Sonic. I'm definitely in an abusive relationship with Sonic,
and we're not ending it anytime soon.
No, absolutely not. Anyway, so today we're gonna do something a little different. Oh, and this is my lovely co-host Rhi, as always.
Hey, yo.
Hey. We don't have any guests today because I want this to be a little bit cozier. I want everyone to just kind of listen. Everyone close your eyes if you're listening right now. Okay, close your eyes. If you're at home, I want you to reach down and slowly take off both of your socks. Just set them to the side. I want you to kind of lean back into your couch and just kind of like take a big old whiff of the air. I want you to feel it in your lungs, and I want you to hold it there. And then slowly expel it. If you are in the car listening to this, then do not do any of those things or you will crash.
That's if you're on like public transport too, then don't, because you will get a big breath of corona.
Oh yeah, if you're on public transport, I mean, I guess first of all, get off. If you're on public transport, you're probably not over in America because we don't have it.
Oh fuck, yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, that would be dope. I've spent a lot of time in Europe. I studied abroad in Germany too, and like, the whole public transport thing was just like, it's just mind blowing to an American. Like, I love it's so obviously it's great like that you can, go somewhere without owning a car. It's I just like in Germany the buses are so punctual. Have you been to Germany?
I have once actually, and I was amazed by that. Yeah, in Europe they really get the whole public transport thing down. Like we have it here,
Yeah.
but it's like we very reluctantly have it. Everything's very incompetent.
Do you like not consider yourselves like part of Europe just in the general sense anymore?
Well,
I know you're not in the European Union, but like
I guess in a way we sort of do, but we're like the ugly child of Europe who like.
What I've heard is that you are to Europe what Florida is.
Yes.
To us.
Oh my god, no, that's the perfect way to put it. Because like we're technically European, but when everyone talks about the virtues of Europe, they are things we don't have, like good public transport, like healthcare. I mean, we've got like free healthcare, and I count my blessings for that. But like, fucking hell, they are doing everything they can to take that away. So.
I've been to the UK only for like 3 or 4 days, I think, but I spent like about 10 days in Ireland, like Ireland proper, not England, Ireland.
Oh yeah, real Ireland.
Real Ireland, and I like honestly like, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be like super rude, but like Ireland really just feels like all the good parts of England without the bad shit.
Oh my god, it so is. I mean, I was there this week and I was amazed. It looks beautiful. It's like the good public transport and everything.
It's such a nice place.
It is.
Yeah. And everyone is so friendly, weirdly.
They are.
I don't know why.
Oh my god, when I was walking through this village, like everyone would just say like, hey and stuff. I was like, what? Like if you did that in London, they'd punch you in the face.
Yeah, and there's a Burger King on every corner.
I didn't actually notice that.
I did weirdly notice that. There's a Burger King like every 3 miles on the highway.
Nice.
Anyway, let's get into video game. So we're doing sort of a casual episode. We're just gonna like kind of reflect last gen reflections, right? And we're gonna talk a little bit about like what we're looking forward to also. So like, I think I do kind of want to start off on that. So next gen consoles are launching this coming week. You may already have one in your hands. And oh, you know what? Back to what I was saying. If you are at home, I want you to hold the console for a second. I want you to feel the heft of it in your arms.
They are chunky.
They are chunky boys. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that though. Like, how do you feel about like the aesthetics of both of these?
See, I actually really like the Xbox Series X design. It's so basic. It's just like the slab, this gaming machine. I like it. Whereas the PS5 it's a Wi-Fi router. I'm not vibing with that.
The PS5 is coming at you straight from the year 2036, and the rest of my house is not like prepared for like when I look at it, all I can think of is like the chrome future in SpongeBob with Squidward like curling up.
It so is. Oh my god.
And like I think that like I agree with you. I like the Series X look a lot because like people are like, well, you just want another black box. I do.
Yes.
I genuinely do.
Everything
That's
else
all
is.
I want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at my PS4 right now and my Switch. It's just like the PS5 is gonna look so weird next to them.
Oh yeah, and I'm wondering if the rest of the technology is gonna have to just adapt and become like little PS5s.
Oh, please don't. No.
Also, the wings are detachable, by the way,
What?
and you can replace them.
Oh.
Yeah, but Sony is shutting down anybody who's trying to sell new faceplates.
Oh, of course.
So they're definitely going to be selling their own.
Okay, like I 100% hope that isn't a trend for this bloody gaming generation where like this whole thing of shutting down fan projects, you know? I want this to be the generation where companies start fostering their gaming communities, you know?
Yeah, they're going to be really good about that, and capitalism isn't going to win out. I think one thing, like, is that, okay, I don't know if you saw this also, but the PS5 doesn't have the ability to, like, back up your saves anymore.
What? Really?
Yeah, the only way you can do it is through the PS Plus cloud saves.
Oh, wonderful. Innovation right there.
So, like... It's fun because, like, basically Sony took a look over at Nintendo and was like, it's going well for them. Let's just do that, too.
Oh, God.
If you remember the Wii U, you were able to back up your saves onto a flash drive, but, like, the Switch only lets you back it up to their cloud. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, does Xbox, can you still back up, like, without the
Yeah,
cloud?
you can.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Xbox has a really nice little feature. I don't know. Have you looked at all at like the UI and like the reviews of people using them?
I have heard good things about the Xbox UI. I haven't so much looked into the PS5 one.
I think I'm not vibing too much with the PlayStation UI because like it just like I don't know, like you mouse over a game and then it's just like Ratchet and Clank, and it's like the whole screen is that.
Oh, see, that's what I don't like about Netflix UI. You know, where it's like you're just scrolling through and it auto plays and takes up the whole screen. Like, I'm indecisive. That's exactly what let me be indecisive.
There are some positives and negatives to both. I've heard the quick resume thing on Xbox is really cool, which is something that I genuinely like didn't realize I needed until they mentioned it. But like, that basically means that you can be playing like 10 different games at once and like just keep resuming them without like closing the game.
That's insane. I mean, I have heard that while PS5 doesn't have quick resume, it is still very quick. So it's not like frustrating. Is that true?
Right. No, yeah, it's very quick, but like the thing is that like it doesn't have the ability for me to like for instance, I usually on my Switch I like to be playing like some in handheld I'll be playing some platformer thing, and then if I dock it I'll switch to something else kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But like it would be so nice to be able to like if I'm playing Katana Zero right now in my handheld time, and like if I was able to pause like to just like close that out and then like resume the exact same place later, like without having, it's not even a question of like the time and loading up the game. It's just cool that like you can jump back into the same level you were at without worrying about save points or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of older games this year, and like, I mean, obviously back in the day it was having to get to save points and everything. Then it became remembering to save, then it became auto-save, but now I really feel like quick resume is going to be the future. Maybe not this generation, but I feel like everyone's just gushing about how amazing it is and how like you said, they didn't know how to live without it. That I think come next generation, that will just have to be a thing of standard. I would like to hope so anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw reports that people have received their Xboxes today.
Damn.
Okay, great. Apparently Best Buy orders in let me see. Where are they coming in? People apparently in the US are getting their Best Buy orders today.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I think that makes sense just considering the logistics of like shipping out like 5 million units of one console during a pandemic, like do it over like start early, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed this is happening at all. I didn't think we'd be having a major console launch this year at all.
I definitely didn't. I don't know. So what I guess what I want to talk about at the beginning here, besides just kind of vamping for I guess maybe 20 minutes now, is what games are you looking forward to most? Like the Easy Allies have this thing called the Desire Index, and they like how much do like you have to look at this thing and like how much do I desire it? Like out of 100.
I guess I'm really excited for the Xbox lineup purely because I'm a sucker for Bethesda and Obsidian. So I'm really looking forward to Avowed. That is high on the Desire Index. Also, whatever happens next in the Outer Worlds series, whatever happens next in the Fallout franchise.
Which is,
yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, like, and maybe I'm being pessimistic / optimistic. I'm being both pessimistic and optimistic on this assumption here, but because Xbox now owns the Fallout IP and Obsidian, I think it would be a fucking waste of their time to make another Outer Worlds game at the moment.
Oh yeah, like I agree. I'm only saying like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens next in Outer Worlds, because even like I don't know, I'm very cynical. I don't, as much as I would love Obsidian to have another go at the Fallout franchise, because that's what Outer Worlds was. It was just like space New Vegas.
Space Vegas.
Yeah. So that if
and it was okay.
Yeah, it's easily the most disappointing Obsidian game I've played, but that's more of a testament to how much I love Obsidian games.
Yeah, it was just because I was so hyped for it. It's not like it was a bad game.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad game at all. What else? Oh, the next Fable game. I'm insanely hyped for that because they finally got rid of the old guy behind it, Peter Molyneux. Very excited. No! I know. I love him, but also
the famed creator of Spore.
I love that man, but also he should be kept away from a microphone for the rest of his life. Bless him. So I'm very excited to see what they can do with that.
let's see here. I've actually pulled up my most anticipated games definitive edition list here.
Oh.
Let's see what's on here. Let me see. Oh, sorry, I have another. Okay. All right, so mine. Let me see some next gen stuff here. How are you feeling about the Medium?
I haven't actually looked into much about that. I've been looking a lot at pre-existing IPs. I need to look at the new ones.
Yeah, like this one is cool. That's an Xbox one, but like it's like from this is the same team that did like Blair Witch and Layers of Fear.
Ooh.
So like
okay, that sounds like
I feel
it's gonna scare the shit out of me. I'm interested.
It's probably gonna be very scary, but I think they historically have been sort of like swimming in sevens.
True.
If they could somehow pop out of that, I would love for that. And I know the Silent Hill composer is doing the music, which is going to be really good. Because like this is one of those projects that like Xbox like funded entirely, but like isn't publishing themselves. So like they have like basically access to an infinite amount of money making it.
So you mentioning that has just reminded me how like that's what Sony did with Shenmue 3 for some reason. That's another thing. I wonder if for some reason they'll fund another Shenmue game for the PS5. Like I
what's weird is that like I've never played Shenmue, but like God, I hope they do, just because like to continue the legacy, dude.
Oh God, I love Shenmue. I played the first two on Dreamcast. I haven't even got the third one. It looked pretty grim. But I also just love. I just love everything about that game. I hope they fund another one.
Yeah.
Also, wonder what because Hideo Kojima recently said that he's working on a new game. Did he confirm whether that's another Death Stranding game?
He said that it was it. Somebody asked him if it was in the same universe as Death Stranding, and he like nodded politely, but like non-committally. Yeah,
I suppose it was a dumb thing for me to ask, like anything coherent about.
like we know anything coherent about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I mean Death Stranding only came out a year ago today exactly. Actually.
Oh wow.
But I think that he's probably been hard at, so there was no DLC or anything, so I think he's been pretty hard at work on the next thing, which I'm very excited for. Do you know the Spider-Man? Do you know the Miles Morales?
Yes, I've been really, really interested in playing that. I still haven't actually played the first one, but I've liked everything I've seen about the Miles Morales one.
It looks good.
Yeah. I'm glad. From what I've heard from like people that have managed to get their hands on it, it's really good.
I like that, like, they actually, like, tackled the difference. Like, I don't know if you saw this whole thing about how, like... So, you know, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man came under, like, a little bit of, like, scrutiny because of, like, kind of being very, like, cop apologist.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I heard that.
And, like, because every cop you meet is immediately your friend, and, like, they all love you, and, like, they never do anything wrong. And it's, like, I get it's a video game, and that's conducive to the gameplay, whatever. But, yeah. But... in this game, like, the police, sometimes they just don't like you, and sometimes they will shoot at you, and sometimes they will blame you for crimes you did not commit.
Well, that sounds like a good development, you know, a bit more nuance.
A little more, yeah, apparently there's a little more nuance to it, being that, you know, Miles is a half Latino, half black individual. I think he probably comes under a little bit more scrutiny.
That would be interesting to look at, actually, because, I mean... on like a wider scale, I feel like the game itself was already held under more scrutiny because of this like stupid belief that it's diverse, therefore it's political, therefore anti-gamer.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of glad
anything politics is against gamers.
Exactly. And just want to say again, we are a very unpolitical podcast. Ignore the first 10 minutes.
This is an apolitical podcast. We're pro gamer here.
Gamer rights.
Yeah. I think I've talked about this before, but my most anticipated game is obviously Deathloop. I'm eating and sleeping and breathing for it. But anything, like literally anything that Arcane makes, I will buy the most expensive version of it, just as soon as I can. We talked about you haven't played Dishonored or any of those.
No, although I feel like
sad.
I have because of that video we did.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. I don't know what else are you looking forward to. I'm looking out here. I'm just gonna run through my hype index here. Let's see. Starting at the top, I have Deathloop, Breath of the Wild 2,
Ooh,
Hyrule Warriors,
yes.
Age of Calamity,
both of those.
Persona 5 Scramble. Hey, Atlas, where is that one?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that in a while. What's going on
It's
there?
been out for like almost a year in Japan.
What? Really?
Yeah, and they just are, and like they keep saying like it's probably coming.
Oh,
Don't worry, it's probably coming.
Oh, speaking of games that are probably going to get released, I can't believe I forgot about Dragon Age 4. I'm the biggest Dragon Age fan ever.
Oh yeah,
I always
the one that where they wouldn't even commit to the tentative title Dragon Age 4.
They wouldn't. So we know a Dragon Age game is coming. I thought I wouldn't get hyped for it because it's been in. I mean, Inquisition came out in 2014. That was a not like a generation launch title, but it was one of those games that was released both Gen 7 and Gen 8. And it's crazy that's how long we've gone without a Dragon Age game. And I think it's coming out next year. I think BioWare have said.
I think that's correct, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Probably late next year. I know you're a big Mass Effect fan. How do you feel about that? They're making a Mass Effect 5.
Have they said Mass Effect 5? Because I heard about the remastered trilogy.
Yeah, they said they are doing both of those.
Ooh.
The remaster trilogy is coming in spring, and then Mass Effect 5 started development recently, so it'll be a while.
So I think for like obvious reasons, I'm going to be a bit scared about Mass Effect 5 because of what Andromeda was. I'm guessing it's not. I wonder what they're actually going to do, because they made it clear that the Milky Way story with Shepard was dead. That was over, and we're not going back to that. But then Andromeda was just so like uninspiring that I can't imagine they're going to continue that either. So I really cannot fathom what on earth they're going to do. Like maybe they'll do a prequel. I don't know.
It's wild that like I don't know if you were one of these people who. If people that like pre-ordered Andromeda and got the like season pass with it, like they never ended up making any DLC,
They
and
didn't.
so they had to refund everyone's season pass.
God, no! I pre-ordered it and I got like a little figurine of the vehicle in
Ooh.
it, the Mako 2, whatever. I think it's called the.
Kind of like I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite pre-order figurine. In the Citadel.
I keep it on my shelf as a reminder to never pre-order again. So.
Yeah, me too. I say 6 pre-orders. Is
that what you... Sorry, did you just say you have 6 pre-orders pending right now?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if I have any pending. I don't think I do. I did pre-order Bug Snacks, but then I ended up getting a review copy of it anyway, so
nice.
I unpre-ordered it. Also, I think the embargo is tomorrow, but Bug Snacks, good.
Good.
I guess the embargo will be over by the time this is available. So yeah. Bugsnax is very good. I honestly like contextually what it is. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 or something.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually very fun. I know everyone's memeing like it's the game of the year, but like honestly, it's good. It's really well made and it's fun, and the characters are charming and great voice acting.
Yeah.
Really good. Like the mechanics are fun. Like it just feels like it's like Pokemon almost, like, but you're physically having to catch the Pokemon in different ways depending on like how they live in their habitat. That's pretty much what it is. So
it's like Pokemon, except they actually like made meaningful change to the game over the past 2 decades.
Yeah, this is like honestly like a Pokemon game, and okay, the second half of that story is that you eat them, obviously, but maybe we don't do that with Pokemon.
I think we knew that twist was coming. Everyone was saying there was going to be some sort of like grim horror twist in there.
There is a, I don't want to give that away. It's not horror, I would say, but there is a sort of dark fantasy ending to this story with like the grim truth of like how the Bugsnax came to be. So like it's like a sobering reality more than anything, you know. Mm-hmm. So look forward to that. Okay, I think that I'm gonna list off some more here. I'm looking for Starfield. Obviously, I'm a big Todd fan. We love Todd on this podcast.
I am very hyped for Starfield because I mean this has been in the works for years. So
yeah, this has been in development for like 5 years. I think I understand. And they were like, hey, we saw you guys didn't like the last one too good, so this one's gonna be good instead.
We promise.
By the way, Todd. He's talked a little bit about it, and like mainly what he said is like, one, we won't see any footage until the game is 100% done this time.
Oh,
they're not going to hype anything. They're not going to put out any like trailers or anything until the game is completely ready to launch.
You know it's because Todd doesn't want that like lie compilation of him with Fleetwood Mac playing in the background. He can't stand that being updated again.
Every time that song plays on the radio, he yells, "Shut it off!" Just like to nobody, even if he's alone in the car.
He can't stand that video being re-uploaded with more entries. He just can't.
Yeah, he did talk about the like Starfield's basically it's gonna be like obviously open world RPG, same thing, but it's gonna be like very focused on dialogue choices and like branching story paths. And he said that they are sort of making sure that the settlement building stuff works better this time, but they are making it also very optional. So you don't have to really fuck with it at all if you don't want to.
That sounds really good, because I like the settlement building in
I love it, yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it, so making it even better is cool. But also I feel like my only problem with it is that it sort of did take a little bit away from the world, because there were areas that I think could have been like non-settlement and had more NPCs in it and be pre-built.
Yes.
So
I think it was a little bit of an excuse to not fill it out with stuff they had to make.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if they fix that, then the settlement building will be actually enjoyed by everyone else's time, and I won't have to die on a hill defending it.
It's a weird thing too, because Starfield is a lot of empty space, right, between planets and whatever. Like they said that the whole map as one entity is like it is larger than 76, but like the stuff is very concentrated, so like you're kind of hopping from one place to another, I guess, kind of an idea. I don't know. I'm hoping it's really good. I think that's pretty much slated to come out next year sometime, so I'm keeping my eyes open. All right. I think that's probably all right. We're just gonna yell some words here. Honorary mentions. Far Cry 6, Cyberpunk, that's never coming out. Atomic Hearts, Little Nightmares 2, Avowed, obviously. The Wolf Among Us 2,
bruh. I love The Wolf Among Us 1, but I don't actually know too much about who's working on 2, so I'm sort of apprehensive.
It is Telltale, but it isn't the same humans. So
it's fake
we'll see.
Telltale. It's just reanimated Telltale, so...
Telltale reanimation, yeah. Let me see here. Kena looks fun. Bridge of Spirits. I mean, like, I think... Kena just, again, strikes me with, like... and maybe this is a good thing to maybe segue, but, like... look. Yes, PlayStation keeps chucking out 9s and 10s across the board, right? No mistakes. But every single game they have ever made is a third-person action-adventure game with RPG elements. And it will, for the foreseeable future, continue to be. It seems to be the only game they are capable of making. I mean, they keep again, 9s and 10s, they knock it out of the park every time. Where on the other hand, like, Xbox has made, like, perhaps the most wide variety of games for any publisher in human history, but they're all coming in at, like, 7s and maybe some 8s. Like, I think in 1 month this year, they released Battletoads, Tell Me Why, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Wasteland 3, which is, like, an insane variety of stuff, you know?
Yeah, that is.
But, like,
yeah.
To be honest with you, I kind of prefer Microsoft's thing of getting out, like, stuff that's extremely diverse and is only okay.
No, I completely agree with that. Also, they've just got so many good studios under their belt. They've really just gone to town buying studios. So
yeah, I mean they're the RPG headquarters now. They have
100% learnt from their mistakes from last gen of not having any good games and just trying to be an entertainment system. So I feel very good about. I'm getting an Xbox first before a PS5, and I'm quite happy to do that. So
yeah. I have a gaming PC, like I've said, so I'm not going to be getting an Xbox.
That's the thing. If you have a gaming PC, there's not really much of a reason.
Yeah, but I can still join in on the fun. I have subscribed to Game Pass for 3 years, so
nice. Yeah, I'm gonna get that all access deal. I think. I'm debating on whether to go for the Series X or S, which is ironic.
Honestly, like the S. Okay, the thing is that the S, like, also you have to. Like, you have 300 gigabytes of storage, and you have to buy the expandable storage, which is $200 anyway.
Oof, okay.
I think you might be better off just getting a Series X.
Yeah, because I know the monthly payments will be more, but then once I'm done with the monthly payments, I could then buy discs, so that would be good.
Yeah.
But also, like, I just think it's amazing how, and I'm gonna simp for Xbox a bit, which I didn't think I'd be doing this year, but I really like how they've made digital gaming more appealing rather than just this thing that, like, we're forced to do, which I feel like the gaming industry has done before in the past when it's pushed these new trends. The reason I say that is because, like, earlier this year I did an article where I was very critical of digital gaming, but then I was, like, completely won over with Xbox because they've just made Game Pass such a bloody good deal. All the games on it are amazing. Just the concept of, like, if I get an Xbox, I can just have access for, like, a relatively low payment to just hundreds of games on day one. It's just so good.
Yeah, it's I think some reviewers have been saying, like, the absence of Halo is felt, like, there not being a new game.
Yeah.
And, like, I totally believe that. I think maybe it's not the right time to get an Xbox, like, at this very second, but, like, it definitely will be very soon. I
think especially with Game Pass, they're sort of playing the long game, I think. Because they can, I mean, with these studios they're buying, like, am I right in thinking that all Bethesda games now are going to be on Game Pass day one or something like that?
Yeah, that's correct. They did say that, and from what I understand, okay, so I've been, I'm always watching what Todd's doing, what he's saying,
of
what he's thinking.
Of course, I mean, you're watching him right now, I'm sure.
I'm going to turn off the camera, actually, it's distracting. No, so I've been kind of trying to stay tuned on, like, what's going to be happening with the Bethesda acquisition, and, like, so I've realized that I think Todd Howard and Phil Spencer might have slightly different ideas about what they're doing, because there was an interview with maybe a month ago now with Phil Spencer about, like, what and they asked him, like, hey, our Xbox or our Bethesda games going to be exclusive to Xbox, and he was like, I don't see why they wouldn't be, but I can't say anything right now. And then just 2 weeks ago, Todd Howard was interviewed, and he was asked, like, hey, are Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 going to be exclusive to Xbox? And he said, well, I don't see why they would be, but I can't say right now.
Oh, dear. Oh, God. I mean, I think the acquisition's still ongoing, so I guess they're writing that out.
They can't say anything firm yet, but, like, from what I think this makes sense that Todd Howard wants the games to continue to be multi-platform, and Phil Spencer does not.
I mean, imagine if they have to sit Todd down and say, Todd, my man, you have to stop re-releasing Skyrim on other consoles. Like, that's going to be a deal breaker.
Skyrim for PS5 has been cancelled, by the way.
Oh my god, really?
There was a listing for it, but, like, we haven't heard anything about it, and it kind of has disappeared. So I think that from what I'm hearing, the PS5 Skyrim with, like, the enhancements is probably maybe doesn't exist now. You can still play the PS4 version, on your PS5.
It's not on, and then, like, it's not good enough for Todd, though, is it? I mean, it's not a fancy new re-release. And Todd, if you're listening, my man, I'm so sorry. Just take it easy today. We're here for you. My inbox is always open for you.
For sure. Another thing that quietly happened was that Bethesda, or Xbox, I guess, actually said, like, hey, we're actually doing PS5 enhancements they're doing the Arcane Collection and the Wolfenstein Collection. So, like, the Arcane Collection is going to be Dishonored 1 and 2 and Death of the Outsider and Prey, all packaged together. And it's going to be, all of that stuff is going to have been reworked for, like, 4K 60 FPS with, like, ray tracing and stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool.
And that is exclusive to Series X.
Oh, that's really good.
And same thing with the Wolfenstein games. It's, like, 1 and 2 and Youngblood, like, repackaged and refurbished like that with the same stuff. So, you can already see that kind of starting to happen, which is, like, I mean, again, you can still play like the PS4 version of Dishonored 2 on your PS5, but, like, I am 100. The only things I can definitely see a world in which every Bethesda game except for, like, Fallout and Elder Scrolls is exclusive, and, like, those two game series kind of still stay multi-platform.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, like, the uproar if Elder Scrolls and Fallout went exclusive.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's like, that'll sell consoles, though. I mean, those are console-selling franchises, so I don't know. All right. We've been in here for a while. Been vamping. I'm gonna get to the meat of this, which is a battle of wits, of strength, of fortitude.
I feel like after this
I'm stalling while I open the Excel sheet.
After this week, I have got none of those traits, so this is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, none of them describe me, but hopefully they describe some of these characters. So this is a little bit of a weird setup. Let me explain it here. What I have here, I've gone to Metacritic, and for the last gen, I've collected the top 5 rated games on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and then one column for multi-platform games. So there's a total of 20. These are ostensibly the best of the best. And what we're going to do for just sort of a fun time is, starting at number 5 for each of these, we're going to take the protagonist from that game and see if they can see how well they would fare in the game above them, and see if they can work their way to the top. So this will make a little more sense when we get started. I also want to give a quick shout out to Xbox. I'm sorry, guys. You guys didn't make any games. Now that I'm looking at my list, I see that I counted both Ori games, which I was trying not to do because I just completely ran out of games. What's another? You know what? It's okay. We'll keep it. So let's start on PS4 though. A little bit easier to ease us into this. Coming in at number 5 highest rated PlayStation exclusive game, Bloodborne. So, the hunter from Bloodborne is going to need to venture forth into the next game, the number 4 game, which is Uncharted 4. How do we think the player character from Bloodborne is going to do in Uncharted 4? I think there's a lot of climbing in that, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, because at first I thought, oh, they've got this in the bag. But then you said Uncharted, and that's a lot of platforming, that's a lot of climbing.
And if I remember correctly, you can't even jump in Bloodborne.
Yeah, they're not really, it's... The protagonist is not known for their gymnastics abilities, so I feel like they will have... I mean, the combat's fine. Actually, no, shit, you're getting shot at, aren't you? So you got...
No, and I mean, I guess you could use your blunderbuss or whatever.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of ducking and rolling. But
it's a lot of cover shooting.
Yeah, so do they really stand a chance, against, 50 people?
Do they have any, specific powers that could, help them do platforming? I don't know.
None come to mind.
So,
combat is only a maybe. Platforming's almost a definite no. I think Nathan Drake's gonna have to venture forth now.
Yeah. All right. So because the hunter is gonna not gonna be able to complete this game, we're gonna pick up our new protagonist. So Nathan Drake is gonna come with us into the number 3 game, which is The Last of Us Part 2.
Ooh. Okay.
Which is already kind of the same game.
Yeah. See.
Okay. Let's think back to the beginning here. Nathan Drake. We're just gonna replace Ellie with Nathan Drake. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Joel gets his head broken at the beginning, and Nathan falls to the ground and screams. He's good at hunting. He's good at killing things, right? He does good gun.
Yeah, he's not tested against zombies or anything, but he's got a good agility. I feel like he can hide from them. He's obviously good at combat because I've only played the first Uncharted, and you get swamped by 20 guys with guns at a time, and he just makes it through it no problem. So
right.
On that front,
my cat Ellie did hear her name and she came over here.
Oh, that's adorable. But then I think could he do a better job than Ellie did? I don't know. I don't know which one. I don't want to face them up against each other because that's not redundant. That's not the point of this game.
I think that he's resourceful enough that he could make it through this with the same tools provided to Ellie.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think Nathan Drake could get through that game.
All right, let's keep going. This one might not be so easy, which is God of War.
Oh, okay, he's probably fucked here. Yeah.
Yeah, let me think, because this is just a regular man. This is not a god, despite what some people may tell you. So I don't even know that he can hold Kratos' big axe, He
would struggle.
he also doesn't have that recall ability to like pull the axe back to him. I don't think.
Yeah, so he'd like drop it and then not be able to even get it back. And like, sure, he's got guns, but like, can they really do anything against the enemies in God of War?
Some of them probably, but like I would say a lot of them no. Like there's some there's like the fucking rock titans and stuff. Like you can't shoot them with bullets.
I feel like if we were playing devil's advocate here, he could maybe just navigate his way through the world. If there's enough to climb on, but I suppose it's kind of a stretch to think. Yeah, he'd only get out of the situation if there's rocks to climb
God of
on.
War realistically is a story about climbing a mountain.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It is, and if there's one thing I have seen Nathan doing, it is a lot of climbing.
I feel like at a push, if he's in like peak performance, he could maybe be. What's the final boss of God of War? I never got to the end.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, I know.
No, the final boss is pretty good. It's not. I don't think it's one of the big standout ones. But it's a sort of a giant Titan kind of a battle. So
yeah,
it's a little Shadow of the Colossus in there. You do some climbing, you know.
Well, I feel like he'd probably get to the end and then probably like mess it up there because you can't really run from that. The point of the game is to beat it.
How does he feel about his son?
I don't know if he'd be Dad of the Year.
I think he'd be a better father than Kratos.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I don't know. Yeah, probably would actually. So
is being a good dad what it takes to complete? What is the win condition of this game, of God of War, is to reach the top of the highest peak of Jotunheim and spread your mother's ashes.
In that case, I think he can do that actually. Yeah.
I think he could maybe bypass all of the game part of it and just kind of focus on the climbing. I mean. You think I don't know. Like you think he could do it?
If that's the criteria for success, then I'd say yes.
The thing is, like that's the win. Like, can he achieve the win condition with the tools provided to him? I think so. I think if he just kind of stays quiet and sneaks for most of it until he gets there.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like Nathan Drake can do that. Yeah.
Okay, great. He's advanced to the top spot into Persona 5 Royal. So Nathan Drake is kind of doing a fellow kids thing, right? He's going to high school. He's kind of pretending to be a teen, and everyone's just like, you know, nobody says anything, right? Everyone just acknowledges, like, yes, he is a teenager.
I feel like.
Do you think? Okay, the win condition of that game is killing God, though.
Yeah, and I feel like at that point, that's one problem he can't climb away from. So, probably not. And also, I feel like realistically, if I saw someone who looked like Nathan Drake in my high school, I'd call the police. So,
yeah, I would also call the police.
Yeah, he'd probably just get arrested and be put on some kind of register before he even got to the killing God bit.
That's actually true. I mean, it is 100 hours long. That is plenty of time to catch him.
Yeah, exactly. So he did manage to get through God of War, but I feel like Persona 5 Royal might be the point that...
Honestly, high school life is much scarier than climbing the highest peak in all of the universe.
It absolutely is. I mean, as an adult, I wouldn't want to go back to high school, so... No,
I'm very scared of them.
Yeah.
I now understand what the My Chemical Romance song was about.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah. So...
Okay, so I guess Joker from Persona 5 is going to be our PS4 contestant. He's ostensibly the most powerful character the PS5 or PS4 has to offer.
I did not see it going that way, but I love it.
Did not at all. But, I mean, the fact that he's able to conquer high school does make me think he might actually be.
True.
Okay, let's go to the Xbox One. So, again, like I said, I did count Ori in here twice accidentally, but no matter. Hey, by the way, Xbox, I had to go to the third page to find you 5 games you made.
Oh, Xbox, come on.
Okay. Our number 5 slot coming in at the end here is Wasteland 3. I don't know that I know any of the characters from Wasteland 3.
Am I right in thinking the player just makes their own character in that?
I'm gonna check right now.
I feel like it's an RPG where you...
Is a role-playing game where you... Is there a main character, or is it a whole squad? The 2 characters you pick in the beginning are equal, and at least one of them has to survive, or it's a game over. So you have 2 protagonists.
Well, that's... Yeah, so...
Let me look at this.
Okay, so we've got two.
Okay, so you do build a character, but you build two characters, I think.
Okay, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Okay, so we got a tag team here. Let's take them in there, and I think Wasteland 3 is just Fallout, so we'll just go from that angle.
So wait, what's the win condition in that game, just so I can compare it to the rest?
Let's see here. Let's see. Wasteland 3 ending. Looks like we're trying to take over Colorado.
Okay, nice.
Okay, yeah. We're a gang basically in post-apocalypse Colorado, and we're trying to take over the region.
I'm just gonna compare that to like the Hoover Dam battle in New Vegas or something.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so then we're moving up to the next game, which is Cuphead.
I'm already tempted to say no because I felt no.
I'm already feeling no, especially because I don't. Do you also feel like just like by nature of it being like two-dimensional, the characters from Wasteland 3 would be just crushed instantly?
I mean, there's so much bloody dodging in that game, and I feel like 3D beings are not gonna fare well in that.
Yeah, and now I know Cuphead is extremely reliant on parrying, like where you basically jump and then you like do a spin to block incoming bullets. I'm not sure that the characters of Wasteland are capable of doing such things.
Yeah, I mean, also you got to bear in mind that they are animated cartoons. They can do movements which no human can do. So they're a disadvantage again. Yeah,
They also don't have like a basin on their head to collect water.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think in a post-apocalyptic setting that could come in handy. So I'm surprised they don't have that. But also, I mean, I thought like they had this in the bag considering there's two of them. And I thought, oh, that's cheating. We can't let them have two.
I mean, it's the same as... I mean, Cuphead is also a co-op thing, you know, with, like, Cuphead and Mugman kind of doing their thing. So.
Are they both going to progress? Should we keep this as a duo?
I think we'll keep the duo thing going, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think that we're going to take Cuphead and his buddy Mugman up to Ori and the Blind Forest. Okay, so... These games are slightly similar in that they are 2D games with platforming elements, but I think that Ori is more of a Metroidvania, and Cuphead is more of just kind of like a clearing levels thing. I don't know. I'm thinking about it though, and like I've not finished Ori, but from what I understand and what I've played of it, I think Cuphead might actually do okay in there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if he can survive Cuphead, he can survive Ori.
Yeah, that's another thing is that Cuphead is like one of the most difficult games on this list. Like if he can survive that, probably, right?
Yeah, I'm confident he'll get through Ori.
Yeah, the next one up was Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is just the same thing again.
So automatic win for him, I guess.
Now let's take Cuphead up to the highest rated Xbox game, which is Forza Horizon 4.
No, you're joking. That isn't.
Absolutely not joking.
Imagine... Can we just have a shout out to anyone who's defended Xbox this generation? Like, you have got resilience.
The patience
Honestly.
that it would take. Okay, Forza Horizon 4. So, Cuphead is driving a car. I've not played any of the Forza games. I know this is like an open world racing game. Is this conducive to Cuphead? He's a two-dimensional boy. I want to get that out of the way.
I feel like this...
Can he drive a car?
He can't reach the pedals. So he's already lost. I mean, so our two options here are he uses a human-sized car and then can't reach the pedals. Oh no, there's two of them. Mugman could be on the floor doing the pedals.
Oh, that sounds really good actually. I'm back on board. And they could wear a trench coat.
They could. Oh my god, this could work. This could actually work.
And not just because I'm terrified that the Forza car is going to be our final contestant.
Oh god, I mean, it would have to be an automatic car because he couldn't be like... Is it called driving stick in America? Like a manual car?
We call it manual or stick shift. We call it usually.
Yeah, like that. I feel like that would be too much for them, but you know, if it's automatic, they've got this.
Yeah, I think
they wouldn't be able to stop. They wouldn't ever be able to stop driving. But,
well, that's not the point of Forza, to my understanding. Again, have not played any of the games.
So they will be driving for an eternity, but they can still drive.
Is the point of the game just to drive faster than the other cars? Probably.
I don't respect this game enough to even check.
I'm gonna check for. I'm sorry. I know that there are racing game fans out there. There are just not any here.
I'm sure it's a good game. I'm just angry that's.
Is this a game that has? Okay, here we go. No, this is not a game that you can finish. I didn't think it would be. This is not a game that has an ending.
It doesn't matter then that they don't stop driving, as long as they can drive. They've won.
You can sort of set your own restrictions to end, like it's like Mario Kart, right? Like, okay, I finished all the races, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well, as long as they can go, then they've won. And despite everything, despite being two-dimensional, they have managed to drive.
I think they're gonna do it. I think they can do it. They're resourceful. They beat the big flower man who spits, corn at you. I didn't play Cuphead either. It's too hard.
Oh, typical gaming journalist right there.
Okay. Now, yes, and I very purposefully do not choose to review games that I know I'm not going to be able to beat.
No, same here. That's why I don't review a lot of games.
Yeah, there we go.
The last game I reviewed was a dating simulator, so...
Jesus. Yeah, Valhalla is not exceptionally difficult, but I'm enjoying it so far. Reviewing that, I think the last thing I reviewed, I think Pumpkin Jack was before that. It was a fun time. Halloween's over. I wouldn't buy it anymore.
No, I mean I do a lot of previews of games, and there's been some good ones this gen. Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to Nintendo. I know some of you are saying is the Switch even this gen or is it last gen? What's going on? And I was listening to the reason I sort of honestly thought of this was on their podcast, the Easy Allies were talking about this and were like, hey, is the Switch last gen? And they went and checked Wikipedia, and apparently both the Wii U and the Switch are both last gen and this gen.
Well, Nintendo don't have to play by all.
They don't have to play by They don't play by the generations. I think Ian on there said it best when he said that Nintendo stopped playing the game, and by doing that, they won the game.
Oh god, yeah, so true. They tried to play the game by being, okay, we'll call our next console the Wii U, like the PS4, the PS5 and all that. And they lost, so they just released something that looked absolutely bonkers, called it a Switch, and it sold, so good on them. Yeah,
also, I just remembered how insane it is that the console generation that was the GameCube, Xbox, PS2 era, that the GameCube was by far the most powerful console among them. Which is just hilarious in retrospect that Nintendo was we're gonna be the powerhouse. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna be counting Switch into this just to make it a little more interesting and fun. So we're gonna start with number 5, highest rated Switch. And by the way, these are like I said, these are games that were produced by this console owner, exclusives basically. Or if not exclusive, I guess they have been exclusives. So, for Nintendo, we have Fire Emblem 3 Houses coming in at number 5.
Okay.
Byleth is good at whatever I guess you need them to be at. Have you played 3 Houses?
I haven't. Do they play the tactician role like Robin did?
Yeah. It's basically the same. I mean, you're also fighting, on the field, but. I did play 3 Houses. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It is, Byleth is definitely more of one of those blank slate characters from every JRPG.
Okay.
Where they kind of want you to just, project, and not give you sort of any info or character defining traits or moments. I honestly, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna launch an appeal here. I don't know if you're interested, but the characters that are I think the real true protagonists of this game are the 3 characters on the cover art, who are Claude and Edelgard and what's his face?
No idea.
Dimitri.
Okay, yeah, I agree. They're probably the main characters because I see no one talk about Byleth. Is that how you say the name?
Yeah.
I never see anyone.
Byleth, yeah.
No one simps Byleth, so but everyone simps the main.
Everyone's simping Edelgard for sure.
Yeah.
So each of those three have very well defined characters that I think we can sort of work with, and they have specific abilities and stuff. So, I think we can work with that. So just for a quick reference, Edelgard is like is like royalty, and she's like in line for the throne or whatever. And then, I guess spoilers for Fire Emblem Three Houses. She basically, the story is that she takes over. She launches a coup, and like you can help her take over the kingdom or fight her. She becomes a dictator and like wants to rule the world.
Good
and
for her.
Honestly though, I'm on her side though, because like the throne was like stolen from her. It's her birthright, and honestly, she'd make a better leader than the current one.
Okay, pretty based. I'm behind that.
So yeah, Claude is kind of like the funny guy, and he's like, we're gonna work together and have a good time.
I know. I already know that sort of JRPG archetype. So yeah.
I'm the prankster. And then Dimitri is like, I'm so serious about everything. I have an eye patch. They took my eye.
Oh, very.
They took my eye in the war. So yeah, let's take these characters into the next highest rated game, which is of course Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Oh my god! See, with all those skills, can you see these three cooperating enough to get a 5-star town?
Okay, listen. The win, yeah. I think the win condition to roll the credits on New Horizons is to get KK Slider to come do a concert on your island.
Oh, that's 3 stars, isn't it?
So... Yeah, it's 3 stars. 5 stars is just like extra for you, but like 3 stars is what you need to like complete the game.
But the thing is, I feel like with one of the trio trying to do a coup to overtake royalty might get in the way of their cooperation to build. I'm worried
about them inviting KK Slider to the island and Edelgard killing him and saying, "No, I'm KK Slider now."
Yeah, like that's really. I feel like Isabelle will be having a bloody nightmare taking in the resident surveys about what people think of the island. You know, Claude sounds like he'd be very well suited for this game.
I think he would do well in here. I think Dimitri doesn't have maybe the patience to sit and sort of watch. You know, as pears grow on his trees over the course of 3 days.
Like, Claude will just be carrying, and I feel like the other two will just be actively hampering the success. They'd be stuck on 1 star forever, you know? I mean, imagine if an islander comes in that Edelgard doesn't like. You know?
Yeah, she's definitely gonna have their head. I don't want my Animal Crossings to die. So yeah. I think I might say that we're gonna stop them here. I had an idea. Maybe we take Isabelle with us into the next one.
Yeah, the village is too much for a blank slate, really.
Yeah. All right. So it actually works out really well because, of course, the next one up. Maybe you can guess that we're taking Isabelle into.
Oh God, what is it?
It is Super Smash Brothers.
Nice. And she's already a fighter.
And she's already there.
Wait,
she's already in there.
What tier is she? I remember she was quite low tier though.
Let's check the official. The latest Ultimate tier rankings.
Smash Ultimate tier list.
Okay. Let's see. Where is my girl?
All right, I've got one up here.
Yeah, I've got one here too from ProGuides.com. Is that yours?
I was on Google Images actually. Why am I doing that?
Okay, now Isabelle is in the D tier. It says.
Oh.
Let's see. This is based on. Characters' performance in LAN tournament play, performance in comparison to other characters with respect to matchups, characters' overall performance on the legal stage list and set procedures, and the character's individual attributes, strengths, weaknesses, and versatility.
Okay.
So this was yeah.
I've got an interesting one here. I've got the Eurogamer one, and they've got 5 tiers. It goes from best, strong, good, average, and weak, and Isabelle's in the strong category.
Interesting.
So, I wonder how they rank this.
It's almost like tier lists are a bunch of bullshit people make up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially if it's like based on tournaments, like they can take ages to change because people get very stuck in their ways. It's like Melee. Like the Melee tier list is still changing because people very suddenly realized that Pikachu was viable. So, yeah, I wonder how they rank this.
Okay, here's 8.0 after Min Min was added. I see. Isabelle is now in the bottom tier.
What?
Apparently,
this is crazy because the Eurogamer one was last month.
Really? Okay. Then, maybe this isn't a good way to determine if she can win.
Yeah, let's disregard tier lists.
Does Isabelle make... Okay, luckily there's a story mode. Can Isabelle make it through World of Light? Can she beat the big hand at the end?
She can.
God, I've already forgotten, but she is very, very certainly capable of doing so.
That's the thing. If you played as Isabelle, like, eventually you could beat World of Light.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You could do, could accomplish all the things on Ultimate with Isabelle, so she's won.
I think we can give that to her.
Yeah.
All right, we're on to Super Mario Odyssey. Now, bear with me here. Isabelle, I haven't historically seen her do a lot of jumping.
No, well, she jumps in Smash Bros, but not a great deal.
She has her fishing rod, which she can use to retract things to her. She has I don't know that she can do some of the acrobatics that are required to traverse these areas.
Yeah, because even her up B in Smash is she just gets some balloons out and they're very inconsistent, like an enemy can just pop them and she's down.
And the way this works is that I think we're trying to give people the set of tools that the other character gets. So let's imagine that Isabelle has been given Cappy, and is able to possess enemies. Even so, though, I don't feel that she has sort of the dexterity needed.
I don't think I don't want to be mean to Isabelle because I love her, but her dog breed is meant to be one of the dumbest ever. So I feel like we gave her.
What is her breed?
Oh god, it's a Japanese one. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Actually, what breed? Isabelle. I'm playing with fire, typing the words Isabelle and breed in at the same time. Shih Tzu. Okay.
No, there we go. That's the one. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna type how acrobatic is a.
Oh my god! I just want to say this now. When I googled Isabelle dog breed, in like the people also ask section, the first one is Isabelle from Animal Crossing LGBT? And yes, it's true. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't even have to.
Oh, is she?
Oh my god! If you actually click on "Is Isabelle from Animal Crossing LGBT?" the Google recommended one is Isabelle from Animal Crossing is undeniably pansexual. So thanks, wow. Google. Yeah, they've confirmed that.
I'm actually watching a video right now of somebody with their Shih Tzu having her do like a bunch of sort of backflips and tricks across some platforms here. So, could that? I don't know. Could that get her through Mario though? Also, like, I don't know. I don't know that it's enough for Mario, but it is impressive.
Like, because you're also saying that she has to have the same tools that Mario would have, and she wouldn't have her owner there to encourage her to do all of these tricks with treats. And I feel like that'd just take forever to beat the game if she had to be given a treat after doing like every trick.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry,
you
Isabelle.
You can see border collies being a proud. They have good agility, but again, like I'm watching this and I see that the platforms are. It's good. I'm glad that I have footage of a dog platforming now, but like, I also don't think that it's enough because I'm remembering some pretty big jumps and some hat tricks you've got to do, and I think they require thumbs.
Yeah, I can't see this working for her. I'm sorry, Isabelle.
All right, well, I guess we all knew it had to end up here, but we are, of course, taking Mario into Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it definitely had to come to this. Okay, let's think for a moment. Think for 1 second. Mario opens his eyes and wakes up in the Shrine of Resurrection. He's been dead for 100 years.
That's a Mamma Mia moment right there.
Is in the castle using her Rainbow Kingdom magic, whatever, to stop Bowser from coming back. And Mario wakes up. He's naked, right?
Lovely.
And we see that he does in fact have nipples, and it's confirmed there. And I guess he climbs out and, like, you know, does the whole, like, breathtaking landscape, and then, like, he goes and talks to the old man. I'm trying to think if there's anything, like, Mario and Link are both just, like, kind of guys. Like, I know Mario's shaped weird. He's not, like, a human man, but, like, he is just a guy. And it seems like, really, like, at the end of the day, he is just kind of Link, but, like, he can jump better.
Yeah, so I feel like, if anything, he could probably get through Breath of the Wild a bit better than Link.
He might actually be able to, because he has the same weapons. He's got the glider. He's got the spells.
I mean, he's already got some experience gliding with Flood, so this wouldn't be completely out the ordinary for him.
Yeah, that's true. I think that I'm trying to think of any. You know what? There is like the thing I'm thinking of right now is there's this game on. It's like an emulator somebody made of, like, a Ocarina of Time and Mario 64, like, mixed together. And, like, that's sort of what I'm thinking of right now. Where, like, you're basically, like, you're Mario in the world of Ocarina of Time in that game. And, like, you're doing all your Mario 64 stuff.
I'm fairly confident that Mario can get through this.
Mario's a resourceful boy. And
he is, yeah.
Yeah, and when he picks up coins, he gets stronger. I mean, like, his I can't now I'm thinking about Mario climbing, though. I don't imagine he does a lot of climbing.
No, he wall jumps. So if there's, like, some tactfully like positioned, I mean, I'm thinking about, you know, the sunshine level. Which one is it? The one where you have to do, like, the cleaning the eel's teeth one.
Noki Bay.
Noki Bay, yeah, and you have to do a lot of climbing in that, like, upper cliff, and he
yeah, you do, but, like, it is a lot of. Like I said, though, it is a lot of jumping back and forth, but, like, to be fair, I don't know that Mario really is... like, I don't know. I think he could do it. I don't know that it would necessarily be easier for him to complete this game. And the win condition for this game is to defeat Ganon, right?
Oh, like, he's defeated worse. He can do that.
Yeah, I think that's possible, especially with the... Yeah, I can see him doing that, actually. And what's funny is that I think in reverse, I don't think Link would have a chance in hell of making it through Mario Odyssey.
Exactly. I mean, Mario managed to beat a massive Bowser in a pit of lava using nothing but a water pistol. So I feel like I'm fairly confident that with his sword, he could defeat Ganon.
Right. They're, okay. Alright, so well, I guess Mario will rightfully be Nintendo's champion in this fight. And then, our last grouping here is multi-platform games. So I wanted to give these guys a chance to stand out, from the last generation. Cool. Coming in at number 5, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We've got Geraldo de Rivera. He is going to be climbing, Celeste Mountain. Do you think there's a lot of climbing in this game? It is almost exclusively, I guess, jumping and shooting upwards magically. Is this something Geralt's equipped to deal with?
I don't think he's known for jumping up magically. He's known for many things. Yeah. But I feel like that's a gap.
It's not his verticality is not really part of that, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So he can climb. I just don't think he can climb in the way that he'd be needed to here.
Yeah, and I mean, also his, like, do you think that he would do a good job sort of, like, finding, like, peace with his shadow self?
No. I feel like he would just drink that away. So
yeah.
I felt like Geralt was gonna how do you say it? Is it Geralt or Geralt?
I think it's they say Geralt in the game.
Geralt,
I don't remember what they say in the show.
It's been ages since I played it. Geralt, okay. I felt like he had this in the bag, but he can't do this. No.
I bet he would never find all of those strawberries. Like, he's...
No.
I don't know. All right, so I guess we'll take Madeline from Celeste with us into the next game, into MGS5, The Phantom Pain.
Oh my god!
I guess we'll give her a gun.
Madeline, I'm sorry. I don't... Maybe? I don't
She's
know.
not the most... Okay, there's a lot of stealthing in that game. There is also a lot of gun. I'm not
confident with her abilities with a gun.
Aren't there... I'm sure because it is Kojima, I'm sure there's a part where you have to pee on somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm worried about her ability to sort of maintain composure, and I don't see the thing. I think the point though is that like I don't think Snake really maintains composure throughout this game either. So
yeah, but I feel like Madeline's already got a lot going on, and I feel like the stress of all of this would just be too much.
Yeah,
I
mean, like I know her whole game is about overcoming stress, but like it's a lot of guns. There's a lot of explosions. There's some war.
She doesn't need all this. She doesn't need all this going on.
I almost don't even want to bring her into this.
Yeah, I want her to stay where she is.
We're taking old Snake with us, specifically old retired Solid Snake with us. I'm too old for this shit.
Nice.
And he's coming with us into Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay. So I feel like he would be good, but then he also would not get on with the authorities very well. So it would be it would take him a while.
He would be on that, like, 5-star run, basically, the whole time.
He leaves the house, and he's already on 5 stars. So it's gonna be...
I'm not mad at that. I mean, like, I think it could be good. I'm trying to think what is the end of Grand Theft Auto 5? There is a story. Like, what is the end of that?
God, it's been so long since I played it. I know they've re-released it, like, loads, but I haven't played it since PS3,
let's
so...
see here. GTA 5 ending. There are 3 dramatically different endings. Kill Trevor, kill Michael, or Death Wish.
Now, I feel like... I don't know what Death Wish is. I know he could do the first 2. He's killed many people.
He's killed a lot of people, yeah. And...
So this, I mean, he'd be quite at home here because he's got to kill someone, but then he could get like a lap dance afterwards. So I feel like this is just a walk in the park for him.
You have to rob the Union Depository Bank of $200 million in a mission called The Big Score. After Franklin goes home to
he could do that.
There's an FBI thing. Michael's family is killed in revenge. They hire a lawyer. There's a lot of stuff happening here. The third option C is the canon one apparently, which let's try to use that one. Franklin's character. Let's see here. Okay, so the Death Wish ending, I guess, is the canon one. Franklin consults Lester Crest, GTA 5's heist mastermind. He devises a plan to lure the FBI. Blah 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 blah. Trevor kills Haynes. Michael kills an old enemy. There's a lot of killing. Trevor stuffs Weston in the trunk of his own car and drives it to a cliffside in the Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness. The 3 push the car off a cliff, and the money from the heist is split among them. I think this is all stuff that Snake is definitely capable of doing.
Yeah, I feel like this will be a breeze for him, I think.
Yeah. All right, let's take him with us into the number 1 game, which is look who's back. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Of course.
So
the only struggle here is that he would be without all of his futuristic shit. Is back to basics, you know?
This is sort of like I think he can keep his inherent abilities, but like I think the weapons that he normally has he can't bring with him.
Does he it's been a while since I played a Metal Gear game. Does he rely too much on the gear?
There's a lot of tools he uses a lot, but not necessarily the guns part of it. Like he has like, the radar, like the sonar stuff, all these weird, like the EMF disruptors or whatever, like all that kind of stuff.
I feel like if you take that away from him, he's still got a good chance,
He's still got he's got good survival abilities. He's got good crawl. He does good sneak. Does he Red Dead? I don't know the ending of Red Dead 2, so don't spoil it if you know it. But
no, I don't know it.
That one is on my to-play list.
I'm gonna guess it involves some Wild West shit.
Yeah, you're a cowboy. And you ride a horse a lot. I know that you do that. You collect oil from the mines. What were they doing back then? Churning butter, probably.
Gold Rush stuff.
Gold Rush. Subsistence farming.
These are things I think he can pull off. If he retrained himself. Then... I
think the main takeaway from Snake is that he's very resourceful. And
he is, he would struggle. But it would take a lot getting used to having to, like, write to people manually rather than just, like, have them over the radio. That would suck.
Yeah.
It would make the conversations in Metal Gear a lot more boring, I think, if you had to, like, write a letter and then wait for a reply.
I agree. I think that this... Oh, that is really funny, though, to, like, think of, like, you know, the screen popping up.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
what I was thinking.
Writing a letter, and then, like, 3 days later you get something in return, like, okay.
Like, it would test his patience, but I think he can...
But, I mean, it's already a stealth game. I think it already is a test of your patience.
Yeah, so I think Snake's got this.
Alright, we're gonna give it to him for this. So... That means we're going to take our final 4 contestants and we're going to throw them into the pit to fight each other. Those contestants are Joker from Persona 5, Cuphead, Mario, and Solid Snake. I'm now realizing all 4 of these characters are already in Super Smash Bros. And have already fought in the pit.
Holy shit, they have as well, haven't they? Oh my god, Nintendo, you genius.
Should we I think we have to just give it to Super Smash Brothers.
We've, like, we accidentally reinvented Smash. That is what we spent an hour and 17 minutes doing.
Jesus
leading up
Christ.
To this.
Oh, I invented Super Smash Brothers. Oh,
that's the finale of this podcast. Is that Nirav has now invented Smash Bros.
This is actually this is a good time to tell this story, which I love, which is that at the beginning, when Sakurai was creating the first Super Smash Brothers for N64, he was issued, like, when he came to Nintendo with the idea and was like, oh, it's a platforming fighting game. They were like, yeah, like, build us a demo and we'll check it out. And he did not tell them that he was going to use Nintendo characters, nor did he go through any of the licensing for that. And so he walks in there and he's like, all right, here's the demo. It's Mario, and he's going to hit Pikachu. And they were just like...
with how protective they are over those brands. They're fucking shocked.
Yeah. It's incredible. I mean, obviously they loved it, and they were like, fuck yeah, I love Mario hitting Pikachu. Which I think they've gotten a little looser with that over the years, like, especially with Bayonetta 2, where they're like, hey, because, like, I read a thing with Platinum where they went in to go talk. Kamiya, like, went in to go talk with Nintendo when they were building Bayonetta 2. And he's like, hey, like, I want to put some Nintendo stuff in this game to really kind of secure it as, like, part of the Nintendo family. Like, can we get, like, you know, some stuff in there? Like, and he was just hoping that they were going to, like, allow him to do, like, a skin or something, you know? And then they were, like, really enthusiastic. So he's like, do you think could I put Bowser in the game as a summon? And the Nintendo execs were just like, yes, we love this. Bowser is a demon from hell.
Nintendo is so inconsistent, because they'll be like...
It's so weirdly inconsistent.
They'll
and he's
be like, we can't have gay stuff in Tomodachi Life, because that's too grown up. But then they're like, nah, like, of course Bayonetta can be in Smash, and, like...
at least they do have gay stuff in Fire Emblem, so they're warming up.
They do. They have grown.
They're like dangled in front of us though, because they were like, look at all these gay romance options, and like at the end of the day, there's like 5 lesbian ones and 1 gay romance option.
Oh god.
It's like great, good job guys. It's a start. So yeah, welcome to I don't know, like I guess Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is officially the best game of this past generation.
It has to be. It literally just has to be.
It is kind of all the other games, I guess. So like,
because
what am I gonna do?
We can't make these characters fight each other, because like you could do that in Smash and you get a different result every time. So
yeah, exactly.
We'd just be here all day.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for joining us for the invention of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Historical moment.
We've been here for so long.
Just, guys, remember where you were when Smash Ultimate got invented.
on November 8th, 2020. Oh, man. Okay, great. Thank you guys for joining us for this special episode. I promise we'll be back on track with the regular one next week. And we'll do more of the same old boring stuff that fans have come to expect, instead of putting characters into the pit. I'm so tired.
Yeah, I think probably everyone can tell that it has been a week, but it's been a week for everyone. It's been a week for everyone, so
it's somehow it's been a week for like everybody everywhere, just kind of like watching and being like, are we gonna die?
It was literally like this car crash I could not tear my eyes away from. It was, yeah.
And at the last moment, it's like I think actually the best description of this I've seen was from Justin McElroy when he said, like, you know when you're a kid and you're sitting in a car and your family's driving at night and it's like really dark and stormy and the rain's coming down hard, but you're not worried because there's an adult driving the car.
Yes. No, that is a good point. Yeah. God. Maybe
don't get it twisted. The storm is still raging outside.
Oh yeah. But that's for this weekend. Let's just pretend it isn't. And then
for this weekend, that's enough.
We'll go back into, because it's ironic we're talking about fighting pits. I feel like that's basically what we're in. We'll jump back into the fighting pit next week, but this week we're just gonna sit back, think about video games.
Yeah, I'm so glad I can just think about video games again.
For a good 5 minutes. For a good 5 minutes before the Civil War starts.
Great. All right. So we have been a little bit backlogged on stuff, just trying to get all these things out. But I think I will be. I hope that I can get that Final Fantasy X video out this week. I'm sorry it has been taking so long, but I've had so much other stuff to pop up.
It's pretty much my fault for accidentally making that slide list of the screenshots from the game so bloody long. And also, it's also Square's fault for just having really complicated games.
I did watch the laughing scene, by the way. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
It's such a nice scene. It's such a nice scene. I love it.
And I know the context. People are like, "Oh, you're like missing the context. It's supposed to be forced laughing." Shut up.
It is. No, I am with those people. I am with those people. No, you're not intellectual enough. You actually have to have a very high IQ to understand the laughing scene in Final Fantasy X.
Okay. Do you have any other cool things coming up, Rhi?
Oh God, I've been away for too long. What do I have going on? We're sort
I feel like we just entered like season 7 of like life.
We did, didn't
you know?
we? So like on the horizon, we've got our award show coming up, the Lusties, which I think is a name we're sticking with that name. I like that.
Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck in it now.
Yeah, it was a joke, but now the Lusties. We're sort of planning that. It's our first time. We've had like awards before, but this is the first time I think we're making like a really big thing about it. Primarily going to be video, it looks like, but then we'll also have some written stuff up. We're just going to have loads of different categories, obviously like the traditional ones like best game. I think we've also got like best sleeper hit, best story.
We got biggest disappointment.
Biggest disappointment. Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun time. You can hear
that one's gonna be a pretty definitive battle between Mario and The Last of Us.
Oh God, yeah. Let's see. If you want an award ceremony where we talk shit about The Last of Us and Mario, then stay tuned for the Lusties.
Stay tuned. I love the Mario, but look, I love the Mario, man. I bought 2 of them because I'm gonna because when it explodes on March 31st and everyone's Nintendo system self-destructs, I'm gonna be the last remaining owner of a sealed copy of that game.
Oh, you monster! You're one of those.
I didn't start this game. I'm just finishing it.
No, yeah, you know what? Don't.
Alternatively, unrelated,
don't hate the
if anyone
hate the game.
If anyone's interested in purchasing a copy of Super Mario 3D All-Stars for $300 next year, I would be glad to help you out with that.
God damn it, Nintendo! Look what you're facilitating here.
Yeah, I've. However, I think really exciting news though, because of that fall of whatever, I don't know what they say, forced obsolescence, I guess is the idea, but
yeah.
Or something. But anyway, like because of the fact that they're getting rid of it, like on March 31st. That game has been the highest pre-ordered game in video game history.
Not surprised.
So, congrats everybody.
when you're like,
well,
hey,
the thing is that like
now.
every other company saw that and was like, oh hey, what if we also did that?
I beg, please, game companies, look, I know
Todd, I know you're listening, please.
Like, yeah, don't. Exactly, Todd. We gave you a shoulder to cry on when you couldn't release Skyrim on PS5. Please remember that. Please remember that.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, we'll be back with our hopefully regular programming next week. Yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. I hope everyone's excited to get their grubby little Cheeto-filled hands on their new consoles. My hands are personally mostly covered in... I guess my hands are mostly Dorito dust, I guess, was where I fall in there.
Mine are mostly hand sanitizer. My poor controllers, they reek of, like, alcohol.
Oh, that actually makes sense. I have a big hand sanitizer right next to me right now, but, like, I feel like whenever I'm in my home, I, like, just wash my hands, like, regular with soap and water, you know? Like, hand sanitizer is more, like, outside.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, my poor Xbox controller, my custom-made Fallout one, is just it's just the grubby.
Oh,
I don't have another word for it.
Oh.
Been using it too much. Okay, so let's close out here. I guess I don't know how are we gonna close this one out.
Congratulations for surviving.
Yeah. You know what? Here's my my closeout. I personally live in the state of Georgia. I live in Savannah, and you may have heard that we have 2 runoff races here. It looks likely that the count right now is 48 in the Senate is 48 to 50. It is likely that the entire fate of the Senate and therefore the United States hinges upon us down here in Georgia on these 2 runoff elections. Guys. No pressure down here. If you are interested in helping out with that, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock are the 2 Democratic candidates in 2 separate Senate races. If you are interested, please come help us. By the way, everybody is coming here. Like, I saw literally, like, I think Biden's actually already here on his way here.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah, Biden, the Obamas, Bernie Sanders, Andrew Yang, literally everyone is coming to Georgia here for the next 2 weeks.
Real life Smash Bros. I love it.
Yeah. If you are in a position to donate some money to helping out here, that would be really great because we need some help campaigning and outreaching, and I'll be doing that too. So, yeah, I love having sort of the fate of the whole free world on my shoulders. It's really good.
No, for real. Good luck, guys.
Yeah. Did you have don't you have some stuff going on there where they're killing poor people in the street?
Oh, that's just an average Tuesday here. We had because last time, or a couple of episodes ago, I think, I bigged up people donating to food banks. Still very, very important, especially now that we've entered our second lockdown, and people are losing their jobs. So if you're in the UK, consider donating to a food bank. Really recommend it.
All right, I think that's good enough for now. Well, let's everyone just take a week. Everyone, everyone take a day tomorrow and just kind of chill, and then we can get back down to the dirty business of video games.
Yep, just unwind and play the brand new game Smash Bros.